Live now.
Okay.
So here we go. All right. All right, guys. Hey, this is ChiefSupreme. I have my buddy Marine with me for commentary. And this is the Far Cry New Dawn 80% speedrun. And this is the version that allows DLC weapons and vehicles. So we're gonna be starting with some fast vehicles and some nice guns. So we'll just get started now. I'll let you know when the timer starts. After this cutscene. Three, two, one, now.
So in this mission we're rescuing Thomas Rush. Unfortunately, we don't have to wait for him, so we can just run towards the end.
Yeah, so with this part we can just run past all the enemies. And jumping is a little faster, but it's definitely a lot faster when you hit an angle. Or if you hit one of these barrels, it could give you a nice little boost. But yeah, Far Cry New Dawn is the sequel to Far Cry 5, and it takes place 17 years after the events of Far Cry 5. And this is when the people have started to emerge from their bunkers and starting to rebuild their communities. And now these other factions from other areas are coming around and trying to steal what they've been rebuilding. So the highwaymen are the enemies here.
And the two main antagonists are Mickey and Lou.
Yeah, so this is just more running and jumping to the end. There is a section up here where you are supposed to go around this building and collect materials to craft a saw launcher. The saw launcher was one of the, popular different kind of guns that were presented in this game. But we're not going to make that gun because it kind of sucks. And it's a waste of time, so we're just skipping past all that. Now there's a wolf in a cage up here that I'm going to kill. And the goal is to kill it with this branch in order to get double skins. Because I'll sell the skins later to make a helicopter.
Yeah, this can be a bit tricky. There are a lot of enemies around.
Okay, we got him.
Something interesting about jumping up on the cliff is that it's easier at lower FPS. So some runners might choose to cap their FPS.
Yeah, so right now I have my FPS capped at 72. It works well at 60, but pretty much anything 72 or lower will work well. Kind of learned the hard way because I just kept failing the jump and it just couldn't figure out why. And it wasn't until I lowered my FPS that it became easy again. So yeah, the rocks are way more slippery when you have a high FPS.
Yeah, it is still possible. I run at unlocked FPS, but it's a bit more inconsistent.
Yeah, okay. Listen, grab a change of clothes before you go talk to Mom.
And we were just talking to Kim and Carmina here. Quickly change into clothes.
My name is Kim. We don't have the help we thought we'd have. We've got to get to work and do it ourselves. Let me show
Okay, so the younger lady that I spoke to down there, that's Carmina. From Far Cry 5, you might remember Nick Rye and Kim Rye. There's a mission where you are rushing to the hospital to have the baby, and that baby is Carmina. And Carmina is your first Guns for Hire, your first partner in this run. And I usually just kind of shoot her in the face to get rid of her because she alerts the enemies and causes a lot of trouble for us. But she is a little bit helpful on certain places. I'm going to whip her out later. Hopefully she doesn't hold any grudges.
Yeah, and here what you see is that the map zooms out, and normally there's a long tutorial, but we skipped a large part of it. The way you do that is you select a language. It doesn't really matter what language, but you need to have it not installed, and then it skips that part, and then it's just English. And Chief is crafting some weapons here that he needs.
This part's a little bit different than the runs from before, because I'm collecting these springs, and I'm going to fast travel back to the front of Prosperity. The springs are going to be used to build the buzzer, which is the helicopter that I'm going to use to fly around. And that's also why I got the wolf skins, because I'm going to need the titanium for that.
Yeah, the helicopter is definitely needed to fly around. Much faster than using a bike. But this bicycle is pretty fast. This is where you save a lot of time compared to the no DLC, because what is way slower. Although this trike, it's called unicorn trike, it's very good to control. Going down hills or hitting bumps.
So it's very easy to crash this thing, because it's really fast and pretty unstable. But right there, I just jumped while in the air.
You're so nice. Okay. Shit.
And if you get out of the vehicle while it's in the air, you're able to skip the animation of climbing in and out. So it saves a couple seconds each time you do it. And plus, it's really cool. Alright, so this mission, I'm tasked with getting the business plans back from Bean's partner. Bean is the one that makes the maps. So we gotta focus here and make sure we don't die. Ooh, might be really good. Oh, don't die. Don't die. Don't die. Don't die. Don't die.
I'll never gamble again.
Ooh, that was so close. Alright. You have to listen for the audio cue there when he says, "I'll never gamble again." On the word "again," you can reload. And it puts you all the way down to the last part, this part of the mission, all the way down here. So that was a nice little time save there.
Yeah, so the reason why that was so good is normally you need to kill Richard again, and then start reviving
Don't
again.
die. Don't die. Don't die. Don't die.
But the Chief did it.
Oh my god. This is bad.
Oh gosh, is that how my voice sounds?
Alright. It's okay, because it's just going to spawn me back here.
I wanted to tell you I had to relocate, but by my estimate,
Yeah, normally you don't want to kill that flamethrower.
Not with
You
the
can't-
shotgun, at least.
Yeah, you can't throw a throwing knife, then it's no chance that he explodes. But
Oh, we got a vehicle. Oh, no, it didn't finish. Okay. It's actually better that it didn't finish. Please die. Oh, they're getting in my way.
oh gosh, is that how my voice sounds?
This did not go well.
Over. Wait, no, not over. I wanted to tell you I had to relocate, but by
So I'd like to get rid of that barrel because this
to be.
heavy over here tends to shoot it and blow up you in the car.
this is actually one of the spots where Kamina can be useful, because it distracts a bunch of the enemies. And then it's less likely that you die. But now she's not useful anymore, so we unside.
I might have turned your mic down a little bit too much.
I can
FYI.
I can make it louder a bit myself.
There you go. Okay, I'm going to do the launch trick again. So there we skip the animation. And we're going to take out this outpost stealth so we can get more ethanol. But also
Save
I'm
some time. Yeah.
taking them out with a bow so that we can get the perk points.
Saving ethanol saves times later, because then you don't have to reload or scavenge once more. Takes a bit of time, not that much, a few seconds. and that went pretty smoothly. And doing it undetected is also really consistent, because they're always in the same spot.
Now I need to get some perks. Look at the skydiver perk for the wingsuit. Well armed for an extra weapon slot. And we're good to go. We're on our way to another mission. So we didn't actually complete Bean's mission because the last part of it is out of the way. And we're gonna be going by there later. So we saved the last part of Bean's mission for on the way back from Breakout. That's where you saved Thomas Rush. Thomas Rush was the guy that is responsible for helping you rebuild your community and stuff. So we're on our way to Buzzkill now. This is a mission that Grace gives you. If you've played Far Cry 5, you'll remember Grace is the sniper that you help out at the Lamb of God Church. And she's blind now, so she's invented a weapon that would not require eyesight to use. And I believe I almost missed my spot. Here it is. It's kind of a tricky. You want to let off the gas here so that they don't get alerted.
Otherwise, Grace can also be a bit of annoying, because then she doesn't want to talk to you and you need to wait. Yeah, you just don't want to alert.
Oh, I parked this perfectly. Alright, it's also very easy to wreck the trike here. We just gotta watch out for trees, because this trike has a turret on the back, and that turret sticks out a lot farther than you might think. So when you're going by these trees, it's pretty easy to clip them if you're not careful. Okay, so just like in Far Cry 5, there's locations that you can fast travel to. Here's one right now, just marked on my screen, called Punishment Pass. We're gonna fast travel there later. That one's pretty easy to mark because you go right next to it. But there's some other locations that you have to use your binoculars for. And the good thing about that is you can actually zoom in from really far away on locations that you can fast travel to later. So you don't need to actually drive there. And this location I'm gonna go by here. It's a little tricky sometimes, so we just point at it, make sure it gets marked. And there are a lot of reload tricks where reloading when you're in a mission zone will put you in a better place. And that's what I'm about to do right now. As soon as the checkpoint hits, I'm gonna reload. It's gonna put me on the left side. And then these first 3 enemies need to be killed stealth. Otherwise, they spawn a lot more enemies. Doesn't matter if the other enemies see you, but for some reason, these 3 over here cause a lot of problems.
Yeah, for some reason after that it doesn't matter anymore. But if you do get detected in the beginning, then yeah, there are so many enemies that it's better to just reload again.
Don't forget to grab the materials. We'll need that stuff before we can push back against the highwaymen.
This gun sucks.
So we need to grab 3 stashes of titanium here, and we need to kill all the enemies. So we already opened this.
Actually, I do this a little bit differently now. Because I do a reload.
Bit of a tricky jump there. Went well. And this is why we need the wingsuit in the beginning. So we can do this jump. And the parachute gives you a bit of extra height.
Yeah, so the nice thing about the parachute in New Dawn is that you can open it right away without having to hold a button in. At least on PC, it's true. It's also very important to punch her. Just for the lulz. Yeah, so the parachute gives you a bunch of height that you can use to jump up on the roof and things like that, or like up here.
It's used in a different place in the run.
So now I'm gonna craft the buzzer. This is where I was getting the springs and the ethanol and stuff like that, or the titanium, I mean. And now we're gonna scavenge this outpost because we don't have the skill to fast travel yet to locations. But we can scavenge an outpost and it fast travels us there.
We need to scavenge it anyway, because we need to get more ethanol.
Yep.
Because the way you progress in this game is you need to upgrade prosperity and complete story missions. And to upgrade prosperity is you need specialists. So for example bean and grace, those are specialists, and you need ethanol. And ethanol you get mostly from completing outposts, like we're doing here. We are using Grace's gun, and what's useful about Grace's gun is after it hits something, so either metal or an enemy, it's a homing saw, so it will usually hit another enemy. It's really useful if an enemy is behind something.
I need to kill this dog. Okay, I lost a little time because I had to do that undetected and the enemies started running. But I also needed perk points from this saw launcher because I'm going to get rid of it now. And replace it with some better guns.
Yeah, you need a rocket launcher later on.
Also going to upgrade my facilities a little bit here. And so I don't forget, we're going to get the binoculars now. And look at this, I got my helicopter with me still. So this is going to be useful for getting to another mission. So it's kind of perfect because you need the ethanol from the outpost. You need to get close to this next mission again. And it needs to be an outpost that allows you to bring a helicopter with you. And that satisfies all those requirements. And because of getting perk points the way we have, I'm able to jump out now and use my wingsuit.
And what's interesting about the wingsuit, it's faster to do like a dolphin motion, so you go up and down constantly. So you're faster with the wingsuit. So as you see, he's going down and then up again.
Just gotta watch out for trees. There's the key. Okay, this is a little bit tricky. I'm dead. I stopped holding forward, and that's the big problem there.
Yeah, normally you hit the ledge there, so you don't take fall damage. Unfortunately, you didn't quite hit the ledge, so you do take fall damage, and it's an instant die.
Okay, I have the key already, so... There we go. Totally worth a 2-second time save. Come on. Okay, so now we're about to meet up with Rush. And we're going to break him out. Now there's a weird glitch that happens here where he'll just not move on the bike. So we just do a reload real quick just to clear it out. What's up, Vichu? Quicks?
If you don't reload there, he sometimes just doesn't drive away.
Let's go.
And now he does always drive away. And we time it without loads anyway, so it doesn't lose much time. And this is just one big auto scroller. There are a few places we can save a bit of time. But yeah, that's mostly because Rush sometimes he drives into a car. But we'll see that when it gets there.
Now, another thing you can do while you're on the auto scroller here, you can actually aim at locations and mark them. There's actually one that's really useful we're going to use later. Because it lets you take the helicopter with you.
Yeah, that's to go towards one of the specialists later.
Oh, I thought I was going to get it. Oh, we got it. We got it. We got it.
So sometimes they can stop right in front of the rush and then he needs to turn around, lose a bit of time. If you shoot them, they'll die. And then they won't be in the way.
So I don't need to discover that location, but I just do it. Because there's nothing else to do. But that was just an example of how you can mark locations.
Yeah, so some locations you can fast travel to, they keep your vehicle and some you don't. So, and it is determined every time. So we made a route that we remember where we can fast travel with the helicopter mostly. And that makes it a lot faster.
So the last time that I revised this route, I cut out as much of the flying as I could and replaced it with wingsuiting and binocular marking, and probably saved about 2 minutes off of my best time. But I don't think those strats saved 2 minutes. I was probably just faster at a few other things too. But they probably save a minute. Okay, now there's a location up here that you have to point at, and I got to remember to look a little bit higher than normal.
Yeah, this one is pretty precise.
Yeah.
So it's useful to have a line. You should look at it the same way every time.
Yes, so
that's nice.
Yeah, if you don't mark that spot, it's about a 20-second time loss. One-Eyed Deacon, thank you for the raid. Welcome to the Shots Fired Marathon. Just playing a little Far Cry New Dawn here. Another one of the underappreciated Far Cry games. So, the cool thing about New Dawn is that it's the same map from 5, because it's the sequel to 5. And it's just completely redesigned to be a post-apocalyptic version, because it takes place 17 years after the events of Far Cry 5.
Oh, hello there.
Yeah, but it looks a bit different than most post-apocalyptic games, I would say.
You reach around my
Yep.
Those are mostly very grey and dead, but this is actually very overgrown and colorful.
Yeah, so whenever they emerged from their bunkers, they were surprised to see how the world had regrown itself, whereas they thought it was going to look barren like most post-apocalyptic settings. It's actually quite vibrant, and all the animals are a bit more unique, and just really interesting to look at some of the locations that you remember from 5 and to see how they've changed. So if you're a fan of 5, you should definitely get this.
Yeah, pretty similar gameplay. But they did away with the RP system.
This is gonna make things better. We're all grateful.
Where there's room.
Okay, so there I was doing a little bit of blind running. I just jump backwards until I can see the compass, and then I go a little bit more than a little bit southeast, slightly. And then it puts you right into the doorway. Then you can start building this upgrading prosperity right away.
Carmina filled me in.
The highwaymen are
Go
about to
check
attack,
on the scout, so we get
so we need to go to a scout here. And the fastest way to do that is via wingsuiting. So it looks like
pretty tricky.
The chief is about to die any second here.
I've hit a bird and died like this before, so I'm still not out of the woods. Literally not out of the woods.
Yeah, it's surprising how much height you don't lose pretty much any height here. On the wingsuit.
Also hit those trees before. Okay, if you kill that guy, you don't need to talk to him. And then once the checkpoint hits, you can reload. And it puts you all the way back at prosperity. So it's a really nice trick. Saves a lot of time.
After the loading screen is over here, the goal is to kill all these enemies as fast as possible. And there, the new gun that we got at the outpost is really useful. Much better than the bow.
Okay, now this part I'm gonna call up our friend Carm. Ooh, she's dead. Wait, I still need her though. Get her. Revive her real quick. We're up. I do a reload here just to kind of reset the enemies, and sometimes that motorcycle can cause some issues with the pathing for the trucks, so I try to get rid of it with this reload. And this makes everything a lot more consistent.
This mission is pretty difficult. You need to prevent the highwaymen from entering the gates of prosperity. But I think the game intends you to fail because, yeah, if you would have never done this mission before, I don't know how you're supposed to stop all the cars coming at you. Because eventually there will be 3 at the same time. And then you need to be really quick with your explosives.
I'm also on the verge of leaving the mission zone at all times. Because I run up on the rocks, and if you slip, you can easily fail the mission.
And it's a bit inconsistent how the cars that want to break into prosperity spawn. So sometimes you spawn all 3 at the same time, sometimes one spawns earlier. So you really need to pay attention. We also saw Chief throw a proximity explosive, I think. Yeah. So that kills one of the cars, which makes it a bit more consistent. So you can focus on just one of them. Yeah, here you see one of the trucks.
And one of the trucks did not spawn.
Yeah,
So we're probably gonna lose some time here because this truck down here just doesn't spawn. You hear it trying. I know it's back there somewhere.
the truck is supposed to be, I think, the first one actually. But it hasn't spawned yet.
I'm not even mad because this happened earlier. So I've already gotten over it. "100% RNG. It's just gonna end in like 10 more seconds. And it's just not gonna spawn.
Sometimes you don't even have to kill all the trucks. You kill 2 trucks and the mission ends. But this time it seems like, yeah. So it took a long time. Just the game screwing you again.
Okay, so now we're gonna hop back in the buzzer, and we're gonna upgrade our expeditions so that we can actually fast travel to locations. And we're gonna go back to the location of Buzzkill, which was the mission where we got the saw launcher, and where I punched out Grace. But yeah, we can travel there with a helicopter.
This is one of the longest flights in the run. I think we tagged some other places on our way.
Okay, so now the mission we're going to do called the Prophecy. This is going to take place on Joseph's Island, which used to be Dutch's Island. This is the tutorial of Far Cry 5, is where you start. You know, after leaving the church, then you go to Dutch's Island because you're in his bunker. But Joseph took over Dutch's bunker at the end of Far Cry 5. So we're going to go back there and get his Bible, or his word, which is like the Bible to the New Edeners. So all the people, all the Peggies from Far Cry 5 that survived, they are now part of something called New Eden. And they're a bit different in this game. They're not quite as nasty. They're just weird and super religious. But we're going to go help them by getting Joseph's book. And then they'll trust us so that we can do some missions for them.
And eventually get us some great powers.
Yeah, yep. So that's how you get the special power called Wrath. And Leap of Faith, which is like a double jump. Okay, so now that I have the buzzer, and I'm going to be flying around, I'm going to give everyone a fair warning. This is your headphone warning. It's going to get loud and nasty because these blades are very loud, and I don't really try to miss things. As long as it's faster, I'm using that route.
This is a bit of a puzzle mission. You need to line up the logo of Eden.
Okay, and they don't like me.
This should be correct, yeah. Sometimes it's a bit weird.
Okay. And there's a barrel in here that I'm gonna shoot. And that's how we're gonna reveal this part of the puzzle.
There's a bit of a difficult jump.
Sometimes you get a lucky jump where you jump all the way over and don't go in the water. That did not happen today.
Try to spam jump and then hope that your character jumps. But it's really difficult in the slow motion animation.
Burns away any sin that may take root again.
So I know we just have to pull this twice to line up the puzzle. Stand here. It's really funny to watch people try to figure these puzzles out on stream. I don't know if you ever watched someone trying to figure them out for the first time. It reminds me of when I tried to do it for the first time.
Well, I remember when I did this mission for the first time, the game didn't tell me how to pull out the puzzle piece.
Oh yeah.
So
I was also like, what am I, the amulet? What are you talking about? What am I supposed to do? I really headphone warning now. Loud. Alright, we're in the bunker, we're going to get the book. Joseph's still talking, but we're done. Yeah, it's nasty. That's nasty. It's loud, but it's fast.
So here, I think we're marking some locations. But it's much less than we used to, like Chief talked about earlier. we do things in a different order nowadays. Mostly because then we save a lot of time here. And we can mark those other locations, we get to those other locations in less time.
Yeah, so we used to have to fly all the way up to the statue and then fly over to where Sharky's mission is. But now we just use the binoculars. We marked it, we did. Now we use the binoculars during Nick Rye's mission to tag the statue. And then once we get done with the mission at the statue, we wingsuit down to a spot where we can parachute and then whip out our binoculars. So we're using the binoculars while parachuting and marking the location just so we don't have to fly there.
And we just traveled to a location that we marked in the mission with Rush. And this location is much closer than the backup location. We check one more thing and then...
So all the marking is going really well. Behind by about 2 minutes because I died.
You also might notice that the Chief is not flying straight. He is flying diagonally. He holds 2 of his movement keys at the same time. And that makes him fly faster than straight.
But what also happens is the buzzer will start to turn slowly. So I point the weapon in order to lock it in place. If I don't, it just turns. I have enough height now. I'm just going to get out and wingsuit. Because wingsuiting is faster. Especially when you do the dolphin move.
You might have seen the barrel of Chief's shotgun move a bit. That wasn't him moving. Your view moves automatically, so you need to counteract the movement constantly. Normally you go through the door here, but you can try to fly in and then the cutscene plays.
Alright, so this character right here is the judge, and he's actually the deputy from Far Cry 5.
Within our walls. We should prepare the sacrament.
And he's just as talkative now as he's ever been.
We love the silent protagonists.
Oh yeah, if you don't kill these chickens with a slide, then no, your run is invalid. It's a new rule that I just made up.
This is another auto scroller. You need to stay close to the judge, but you can still, at the end, run away from him. And as long as you stay within his range, the mission won't fail, so you're a bit quicker towards the door.
I recognize the mark upon you. Light the flame of New Eden at the base of the fallen stair.
So we just skipped the cutscene there where we talked to Joseph Seed's son. And he's basically complaining about Joseph and all that. And anyway, I'm getting this mission now to light the flame, but we're actually going to do the Great Escape first. Because this location, it's a spot we just marked with a helicopter. But now I'm going to kill this guy with knives. Nick Rye's going to come over, pick up the gun. I'll talk to Nick Rye.
I've been waiting for this day a long time, partner.
If the enemies get alerted here, Nick Rye can panic, and then sometimes he doesn't want to talk to you, and
Okay.
it's just a big pain.
Yeah, so that's all we need to do is talk to him, and then as soon as the checkpoint saves, we can reload, and then the enemies are gone.
I got an idea.
And here I'm going to whip out the binoculars, and I can mark this location all the way up there. The Flame of Eden just got marked. Now, this is Nick Rye, but we have a nickname for him, Glitch Rye, because he's very finicky and glitchy.
I got my plane pulled up.
If there's any kind of enemies or animals, like this one right here, I gotta get rid of it. Because he will freak out. Alright, we just got a headshot with a knife, so that's not a problem.
Working on a replica so they could both have one. Anyway, I knew that if
And
I
Nick
was
will
ever
try to
gonna
fight
die,
any enemies, and sometimes he runs in different directions because of the enemies.
she ain't finished, but she works. And we're gonna
So
use
you need
the
to stay
bus
ahead of
on out,
that.
friend.
Try to kill them before Nick sees them. Also, interesting thing about the marking is the marking, depending on how far away you mark a place, it doesn't always work on every FPV.
There she
So
is.
I don't know exactly how low your FPV needs to be for that one, but on really high FPV it won't mark.
Go on, grab the wheel.
I'm gonna reload again because I do not trust Nick Rye to behave here. We usually reload to clear any enemies that are nearby, or just to kind of reset everything. So that. But Nick, he's a special character. Even if you reload sometimes, he just constantly has problems.
Reloading does make it a lot more consistent though. Sometimes if you don't reload, he just stays outside of the shed there for like a minute. He doesn't get it.
Yeah, so sometimes there's enemies that spawn across the river, and he's really interested in them. And then sometimes there's an eagle that's flying around, or a cougar. You could get a monstrous cougar. You could get 2 bears fighting there. You get patrols of enemies. So we got really lucky to have nothing bad happen. I was able to get rid of that Wolverine. But trust me, that Wolverine would have spun Nick Rye into a panic. Oh crap, this is not good. Don't blow up. I usually try to blow that truck up so that they don't start shooting and blow me up as I drive by. But yeah, Nick Rye can be really, really hard to deal with.
It's almost the only thing that can kill you here. The barrels exploding. Although, I think if the enemies get a really good shot, they could kill Nick Rye. It's never happened to me, but
Yeah, so probably the worst thing that can happen here is the plane getting destroyed, but also a really bad thing is if Nick Rye gets hurt and falls out of the plane, then you have to get out and save him. That was bad. Gotta stay away from these barrels. Oh, don't blow up near me, please.
We're in the home stretch now, man. I'll be honest, I'd nearly given up. Never thought I'd get away from those goons, and believe me, I've tried. I once knocked 2 of them down with a torque wrench before they ganged up on me. Said if I ever tried anything like that again, they'd kill my family.
There's a nice moose.
swimming moves.
Yeah, the animals are really cool.
We're in the clear. Thanks, partner. Now let's refuel and get home. You see that shack? Stop there.
Alright, there's a cow inside here that I always just try to shoot for fun. So you can get out, kill the cow, and drive in there like that, and they'll still make that moo sound.
Okay, let's do this.
Okay, if we go to our map real quick here, it actually saves some time because you don't have to watch the mission complete graphics. Alright, this is Eden's Fire. This is where I cool. Please don't wingsuit and die. Please don't die. Okay. Yeah, so this is where you basically go and light Eden's flame again. It's all filled up with water, so we gotta drain the water. We also have to clear this path on the way. And I'm gonna do it with this bow.
Many have tried to light the flame of Eden. We must clear the area.
The enemy or your friends here, they get really mad if you don't use a bow. But it's also mostly, it's mostly just to remain stealthy, because if you do it stealthily, there are a lot less enemies than if you get detected. But
Right.
sometimes you can't really do anything about getting detected because there's like a bear or something, and then the
Right.
enemies.
As soon as you kill these 4 enemies, you can reload and it puts you all the way up the path. But we have to be fast because if my followers catch up to me, they'll alert the enemies too. Gotta be careful and not cause any kind of motion.
You really need to make sure you hit your shots here, because if you miss, the enemies can get alerted. This is a bit difficult here. You need to kill 3 enemies in quick succession so that they don't get alerted.
Oh, we fucking fudged it.
Yeah. So, unfortunately we missed on the last enemy. Now he alerts all the other enemies and then a bunch more spawn.
Actually, cool. Only bad because... Oh yeah, that's bad. God.
So all these enemies, they will spawn before them detected.
And one more. Come on. Dude, die, man.
Oh, we have a bit of a poem from Pinsula in chat.
Jeez Louise. Wrote your poem to make you play better.
Yeah, yeah. Do you want to read it for me?
You can read it. You can read it for me.
There once was a speed runner named Chiefy.
There's more.
He's big and he's strong and he's beefy. In the east and the west, he was simply the best. He made Far Cry New Dawn look so easy. Wow.
As I completely screw up the strats. Yeah, the problem there is I was running out of weapons to use. Or at least running out of weapons that didn't need reloaded. Yeah, Binslu actually ran this game as well. And he's got a pretty good time.
Yeah, he's in the top 3.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. We need to destroy all the blitz pipes here. So we just run towards all the blitz pipes. Just to release the gas to eventually light up the cave.
I'm just crafting a Molotov now, just so I don't forget. So all 3 pipes are broken now. We drained the water, destroyed the pipes, and now it's going to fill up with these fumes that we're going to light. And we're going to run out of here as quickly as possible so that I don't catch on fire.
Yeah,
But this is
here, then
another spot where the oh my gosh. Get up there, man. Another spot where your FPS plays a role. If it's too high, you will slip.
Incredible. Dinner. Or perhaps thank you for lighting the flame of Eden.
And now I'm going to wingsuit. So this is where I'm wingsuiting instead of... Oh, crap. Oh, no. Nope, that's a tree. Okay. I'm wingsuiting instead of using the helicopter before. Because the wingsuit is faster. And plus, I already had to be up here anyway. And I'm just looking for this spot I need to mark. Which is right here. And I'm hoping that I have enough height. Get a little bit closer just in case. I'm going to whip out the binoculars. Look at it. And it's marked. Okay, good. So in a perfect run, that would have been 20 seconds faster, but... Well, that part would have been a minute faster. The marking would have been faster too. But okay, now that they trust us, because we got the book for them, we helped them light the flame. A non-believer is a sinner.
A non-believer is a...
So now, Ethan, Joseph's son, is asking me to go all the way north to look for Joseph. He wants me to come back without him, and he wants me to come back and say that he's dead, so that all the followers...
Well, so hasty to rush in. Are you trying to hurt me?
Sorry, I had to do that. He wants me to go north and bring back bad news. He wants me to bring back news that Joseph is dead. Because he wants to be the leader of the people. And as long as they have hope that Joseph is out there, they're not fully going to embrace him as their leader. But instead, I come back with Joseph, and Ethan throws a little hissy fit and turns into a big bad rage monster that I have to murder later. So that's pretty much the story on that. I figure you're watching the speed run and it's all one big spoiler anyway. So why not hear it a little bit faster?
Yeah, so kicking Ethan in the balls there, I think it actually saves a small bit of time, because it interrupts his dialogue and you can enter the boat just a slight bit too earlier.
We might have made that up just so that we can justify kicking him in the balls, but it saves time. It definitely does, yeah.
Yeah, it saves time.
100%. With Sharky, it definitely saves time, because if you don't kick him, it takes a couple extra seconds to pick up the shot. Sharky likes to drink ethanol, and he calls it party liquor. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, party liquor is just ethanol for car engines. I know this part, you can save a bit of time if you're able to hit this with a Molotov. The best way to do that is line your boat up, go straight, and then look up a little bit. And I don't know if that's gonna... Yep, actually it was perfect. Sometimes you think you hit it perfect though, and you didn't, so I wouldn't be surprised. I missed.
So how you are supposed to light those flames is with your bow, with fire arrows, but it takes out time to pull out your bow and pull back the arrow and shoot. So it's just a bit faster to just throw a Molotov.
So now I wait until I get the message to drive the boat, and I just do a reload, and it puts me right over here with the boat. So I don't have to go all the way back on the other side of the gate and drive it through. So it saves a bit of time. This spot doesn't save quite as much as the next spot that I do it. And the next beacon that I'm going to light. And the reason for lighting the beacons is because this whole region is poisoned by that bliss. And it was kind of a way, I guess, for Joseph to protect him from being found. But I guess he also set up this so you can light the beacons or something. I don't really know. But it gets rid of the bliss. Because reasons. Because physics.
It's definitely how physics work.
I should have changed that to the fire arrow before getting out, but okay.
This is one of the more boring missions in the game, because you're just in a boat slowly going forwards, and it just takes a very long time. You can't really save time in most spots.
Yeah, so you know, Ubisoft, they took polls of all the gamers, and apparently people love the slow auto scrollers so much they want to put them in every single game. It's just absolutely brilliant. I don't think it's going to reach, so we have to throw another one. You know, with their ultimate wisdom, they just keep doubling down on the bad decisions. Far Cry 6, they patched the game to make a cutscene unskippable. They patched the game to make it unskippable. I'm not going to say anything more. I'll just get really angry.
Yeah, it's a bit weird that also in this game and other games, there are most cutscenes are skippable, but then there are a few that are not.
Yeah, like when you kill Joseph at the end. Or when you don't kill Joseph at the end. Either way. You get to choose. So do you guys want to guess what happens if you kill Joseph? And then tell me what do you think happens if you don't kill Joseph? Give me your guesses on what the difference is in the chat.
Remember, Ubisoft programmed this game.
Okay, I'll give you the answer. Nothing different happens. He screams like a bitch for a while, but that's about it. And he wants you to kill him. And he'll just be there on his knees for an eternity if you don't leave. Just screaming, "Release me!" Nothing will change Joseph will be in the cutscenes.
Similar how in Far Cry 5 you also have two different endings. So.
Yeah, Karuto pretty much got it right. Nothing will change.
But in Far Cry 5 was still a bit interesting. How the endings were a bit different. But in, yeah, Far Cry New Dawn, he just dies or doesn't die.
But I'm sure that they build it up like, oh, you get a choice in the end. But you know, I think like some people actually really like that because they wanted to kill Joseph so bad in 5, they never got a chance to. So like New Dawn was their chance to really kill him, but then they still gave you the choice whether you wanted to kill him or not. So I kind of understand it, but it's just it probably should have made something different happen. But yeah, we're almost to the end here now. We have one more beacon to light, and that's at the very end, where we're going to jump out, and then we're going to meet up with Joseph. And then guess what happens after this slow part? Who wants to guess what happens after this slow part?
A lot of action, I think.
There's another tricky one if we can hit it with the Molotov. A little bit low, but it might work. Oh, yep, it did actually. Alright, so here's your answer. Full on high flying action. No way. Actually, we're just stuck in this slow walk for like 2 minutes.
I saw the journey he had laid out before us. And I knew
This game has some high action parts that are really fun, but unfortunately also some very slow gameplay. Well, I wouldn't even call this gameplay.
Yeah, so you can maneuver him so he falls off the bridge, and it makes it way better. It's extremely satisfying. But it fails the mission, doesn't do anything special. We tried everything to find glitches. One thing that's neat about his tattoo is that they have added these little curves to make it look more like a flower. And if you zoom in on these pink flowers, they have the same shape. This is his tattoo now. And he doesn't care if you jump on his head. But if you throw a rock, he'll freak out.
What's interesting about Far Cry New Dawn compared to some of the other games is it doesn't have a secret ending. So the 90% is just the normal game. In all the other Far Cry games, a lot of the other Far Cry games, Far Cry 4, 5, 6, secret endings that end the game within 30 minutes. You don't have that here?
It's always fun to see comments on my Far Cry 5 90% speed run, which is the non-alternate ending, which is like the main category, and it's a what is it, under a 3-hour run, but people comment, "Oh, that's nothing. I beat this game in 5 minutes." Vinslu does it to troll me.
If you knew as much about the game as they did, maybe you could get a 5-minute run one day as well.
I'll just watch you and learn.
Yeah.
Okay, we made it to the end, and now we get some action.
If you succeed,
I just love the visual here.
pure, you are
The black
sent by God,
with white text.
and I can return from
They went above and beyond.
Our
Yeah.
miracle allowed us
They
to
had
survive,
such a budget to create
but
this.
its gifts are
Amazing.
not unconditional. It nourishes what is in a person's soul.
Boat sim, walk sim, new dawn of gaming.
The miracle extracts a terrible price.
It is fun to say that you're nude on stream. You have a nude on stream. Are you nude on stream, or are you streaming nude on? Which one is it?
Or you will not survive.
Okay. Shoot the bear in the orange spot. He has a tummy ache from eating too much honey.
This is a challenge Joseph created for us to show for worth the power.
Your sin in darkness.
And of course we have more beacons to light because he really loves us for lighting beacons. And there's a spot right over here if you stand where... Oh wait, that actually wasn't the right one. But yeah, he doesn't really attack you too much here. Can hit his...
Difficult to hit him in a stone.
I mean, yeah, I got owned, but I didn't die, so...
The fire will cleanse your soul.
It's actually better to just shoot him like that than ignore him, because he'll bite you and then you'll get stuck in this animation for a couple seconds.
Unleash the power.
You want to see me rage? Just watch me running the all outpost or the treasure hunt runs where we're getting bitten. And now I'm punching a bear butt. So that's the secret power, or the special power, called Wrath. It's similar to the Furious from Far Cry 5, but it's more like a mix of the fast, but it doesn't make you go that much faster, but it is a bit of the fast, the Furious, and Ultimate Survivor.
It's really useful in the speedrun. Both
Yeah.
for the outposts and just maneuvering around, it's a bit faster. And we can now unlock some other perks that are really useful.
Okay, so now Joseph is also back in this camp with his people.
I have something.
Yep, we'd like to kick him too.
Saves time.
Definitely. Okay, here's the special powers. Leap of Faith, and this. Also, I'd like to get some of these. I don't want to get too much. I need to have some perks left over for the mechanic perk to repair the helicopter that I'm going to steal, and also the hotwire perk so I can steal the helicopter I'm going to steal. Because in this game, the high-level vehicles of the enemies actually have they have like security built in with like they're armed with bombs. Here's Irwin, or as the twins call him, Little Effer. He talks too much.
Hey, straight to the point, just like me. I can't stand useless talk. Just punch the box machine, measure your shot.
And that's why it's funny that he says that. If you shoot your gun right there, it cuts off his dialogue.
Now that's a fucking punch.
Then with this, I had to stash my weapons, but I actually threw down that shovel so I could keep it. I can block him right here, so he doesn't go around the tree, but he did anyway.
Huh? 7 fucking team. Had to quit. Too lethal. Punched the last guy so hard he farted his brains out. Seriously, guys, seriously. His brains. And that made me pull up short. I had to think to myself, I got a dialogue. Well, I can't control it.
Sometimes you can get this glitch where you keep your speed.
Head on in and my associate will help you get.
And last time it happened is when I was spamming
Don't look him in the eye.
glide. I'm just gonna try it and see what happens.
We don't actually know if it's correlated, but it could be.
Oh, I got it. I got the speed. So this.
You walk much slower.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to slide either. But oh, I just lost it. But it's okay, because the most important part is that you trigger that. What you're supposed to do here is follow that little kid, and then he puts you into this processing room, and you get processed for the fight pit. But I climb up on here to skip that, and then you could look inside their face, inside their bodies and stuff. But anyway, you got a little time to kill, because all you gotta do is trigger this spot once it spawns, and then get over to the fight pit. And this is where I'm gonna prove myself by fighting all these fools, and at the end I'm gonna fight the champion, and he has a special weapon that I'm gonna take, which will help me kill the twins a lot faster. But you see, I just smuggled this optimism shovel in. I'm just gonna keep it right here for now.
We use the level 1 range to get some more perk points. If you kill a few enemies with them, you complete the challenge which gives you perk points. Same thing for level 2 and level 3.
Where's this at? It's really hard to find the weapons that they drop here. Still don't see it. There it is. Yeah, so I want to get kills with this bat, like he said, so I can get some extra perk points. But also, you can extend the durability of the weapon by throwing it down on the ground after you've used it a few times. I should say you can reset the durability. And I'm ducking down so I can hit him in the body, because if you hit some of them some of these guys, if you hit them in the face, it doesn't do as much damage actually. I don't think I got my skill points yet with that or not. What's that?
You got the beginner meter.
Did I get it?
Yeah. So
the game is too loud.
You guys should be really hyped for the boss fight coming.
It's super long.
Yeah, very difficult. It's a long time to get right.
And here I just damaged myself a little bit. and then use the medkits. You should get some perk points for that.
And the perk points are useful because you can also still get more damage with your fists. So you have extra any perk points you get.
Game is way too loud. Turn it down a bit. Okay, so this dude's gonna spawn up here.
Tier 4 enemy should be very difficult to kill.
Oh, what's he doing? What's he doing? Sometimes he glitches out. Oh, he's dead. And there's his bat.
Crazy boss fight. They completely hype up this enemy.
Yeah.
Best fighter ever.
Well, I'm pretty sure most people don't structure their runs so that they have Wrath at this point. They probably just stumble upon this and be like, oh, this sounds interesting, let me go here.
Yeah, but still, I think it's a bit long. We're also using Wrath here, just because it gives a bit more speed. And also when we can, we double jump, because it's also much faster. He gets a bit of a launch every time he double jumps. Much faster.
You gotta be fucking kidding me. You think you're clever, huh? You and me, Slick, we're part.
That actually does save time.
Even if it didn't save time, we would still do it.
Okay, now for the real test. We're going to scavenge this outpost.
This is probably one of the most difficult parts of their speedrun, these tier 3 outposts. You need to really pay attention. There are a lot of enemies. Wrath really helps here, mostly because you take a lot less damage and you can one-hit melee kill of enemies. Chief will take out some alarms here. And here he shoots the RPG. Those kills the tier 4 enemies and the explosive dogs. Those are by far the most dangerous enemies. Just try to kill as many of these enemies with your Wrath melee as possible.
And then when it's about to run out, we grab this. Who's gonna die? Okay, one guy left. Don't get stuck. Don't get stuck. Come on, man. Damn it. Don't have any knives. Okay. Did have knives, just... Okay, that wasn't too bad.
And now when we do it again, we scavenge again here. And it's actually random where you spawn and where the alarms spawn. So you need to, on the fly...
We're hoping for the rear of the outpost because that's the fastest one. And this is the second best, or second worst, whether you're a pessimist or an optimist.
Yeah.
And we're doing this just to take out the alarms with the fire. It's really beneficial. And then right there to take out the enforcers. And I like to make sure the enforcers are dead before moving on, and that the alarm is taken care of. There's always a guy that spawns over here.
Sometimes the tier 4 enemies, if they're still alive, it can be really annoying. Yeah, throw smokes and then
Come on, why are you in there? She's hiding. These knives are really nice. This.
These knives are pretty OP. They do a lot of damage, and you can get them all the way in the beginning.
Yeah, I could have gotten on the gun, but sometimes it's better for these weirdly placed enemies to just run around and knife them.
Yeah, from the turrets, you don't have a sideline on the whole outpost.
But now it's time for deep dive. This mission's pretty cool. Because there's a lot of tricks, reload tricks and stuff. We save this for after we have the double jump and the wrath. Because that's the only way you can do the tricks. It allows you to skip large portions of this mission. So you don't have to swim through. Right now I'm just getting all the upgrades that are required for Prosperity. Prosperity is your home base. So you have to do all that to upgrade Prosperity for the last time and continue the progress of the game. And you don't actually need to talk to her, but just need to go down here and turn these pipes. So she lost her bag. She's a doctor. The most professional medical queen you're going to find these days. So after I turn those, I reload, and it also refreshes my wrath. So it puts me in a position that's closer to where I'm going next, but also I can pop this wrath again and it's full. Then there's a jump here that you can make up to there. This jump's a little tricky because then you tend to get stuck. And you can throw a remote explosive there, but I started doing this reload trick that I think might be faster. And it would despawn anyway, so...
Because there you need to destroy a pipe to bust open the door. So if you don't reload, it's faster to explode an explosive, or you can use time to throw an explosive there, or you need to, which Chief will do now, shoot it with a shotgun.
So with this part, you're actually supposed to have to wait for the water to rise so that you can swim through that little hole, but if you angle like I just did right there, you can actually slide through. That almost killed me. That was really dumb. Or really smart since I didn't die. It was fast.
Snakes are no fun. They have no chill at all. Watch your treads down there.
Well, you can do that bit from jumping to the ladder without even swimming. If you
Oh,
time
yeah,
the
you
jump,
can.
jump correctly. So it was still a bit slow. It's okay.
Yeah, you're right, yeah. I like to jump off of the crocodile there. Or maybe it's an alligator.
You want to kill the crocodile because otherwise he bites you and you get into a big animation
Oh, yeah.
fight with him. Really annoying.
So as soon as that turns green, I reload. Because again, the load times are not counted in the run. So not only does it instantly like complete that part without having to wait for it to finish turning, but you have reloaded your wrath as well, so you can run a lot faster. And there's an annoying thing that happens if you don't equip your fists before getting out of the water, or like right before getting in the water. Okay, right there was her bag. So like when you get out of the water with wrath on, it pulls your gun out, and then it kills the wrath, and you have to use a large chunk to get it started again.
I'm heading to your home base now.
This is also very important to make sure she dies. Just for fun. Okay, so we're about 2.5 minutes behind world record pace, so it's not terrible. Being that I died.
So here we need to talk to Sharky.
A little bit
He's
slow.
a bit of an interesting character. Yeah, we explode the thing there, just so that once we get into the mission, we explode one more, and I think if you explode them both in the mission, the mission fails. But we explode them because then less waves of enemies spawn, and then the mission goes quicker. And here we arm some traps as quickly as possible, again using Wrath and double jump.
It's probably the best I've ever done it, actually.
It went very smoothly.
Alright, so here's where kicking him actually saves time. He says, that hurts me emotionally even more than physically because I trusted you.
And then we drink some really strong party liquor.
So there's some interesting conversations that happen in Prosperity if you have Bean. And really just any other specialist than Bean, because Bean's hilarious. But when he talks to Sharky about what's an orgasm, look it up if you haven't seen that yet. It's so funny.
So here we kill the second pressure pipe. So we get the least amount of enemies possible. And now our goal is just to
Ooh, we got good spawn.
kill all the enemies as effectively as possible.
Yeah, so sometimes there's enemies that spawn up on the hill and then you shoot them and they just fall on the other side of the hill and it takes them forever to get back up. So it's not even worth shooting them, but this spawn where they mainly spawn on the left side is the best. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, Judge took care of them for me. Actually did something. So right now someone placed a bomb. I have a specific amount of time to fix before... Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. I got plenty of time, man.
I think you have 30 seconds from when the bomb gets planted, so not that difficult.
Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god.
Disarm it.
Dude, the judge was cleaning up. He was helping me out. Normally sucks. Who's left? Who's left? Yeah, sometimes these enemies are in a weird spot.
You know, now that I think about it, this is a terrible place for a baby. Yeah, just terrible. All the sharp rusted metal and sulfur fumes. I don't really know what I was thinking. Prosperity is probably the place for us now. I'm gonna set up shop there. You hit me up and I'll make you some toys that go boom, okay?
Okay, so that was the last specialist. Now I can go back to Prosperity since I have all my upgrades and stuff. And upgrade Prosperity for the last time, and then continue on with the stories. So yeah, 2.5 minutes behind. But yeah, the world record pace is pretty optimized. So, okay, we're going to upgrade Prosperity. Then instantly, Thomas Rush is going to be gone. And we're going to have to go find him. Talk to Kim first. He likes to hide from me. Where are you, Kim?
I'm glad you're back safely, but I can tell you went into the blip. You're right, no time to waste.
And here again you can move. Well, you can't see anything. So it's a bit difficult, but I can save some time.
Just wait a moment there, because sometimes I travel away from there and okay, so I'm doing a binocular marking strat here, waiting for the twins call. Once they call, I click continue, And it's going to skip that first radio call from them. So then I can just travel right to the mission location and start the mission immediately instead of waiting for them to finish their call. But by marking that spot right there, it gives me a spot I can travel to later with the helicopter on the way to the prison. Because there's a mission where I'm going to go kill prison guards.
There you are, Rabbit. We were warned, but you and Rush kept making too many problems for us. So finally we had to take things into
This is a very high action mission. We need to save some civilians here. Or, well, some of them we don't exactly save.
Yeah, there's one that's in that train car that I blow up.
Yeah, it's a bit faster to just kill them than to save them, so. We're
And then-
speedrunners.
Yeah, and then there's this memory mission thing. We gotta remember to order these. So it's either 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4. Oh, we got the worst RNG possible. That's 4, 2, 1, 3. Move. Sometimes your own people get in your way. This seems to be the best spot to stand, where you can see all these. And then this one, we blow them up.
In total, in the mission, I think you can kill 2 civilians. So yeah, we use that.
Okay. What's up, Rakora? Hey, Rakora's up next with Far Cry 4. But we still got about 25, 30 minutes.
Get out of here now. This feels real familiar.
Unfortunately, this cutscene is not skippable. Probably because we need to do one input,
Stay a while.
which is click your mouse once. Yeah.
Yeah, I've forgotten to do that before, and I'm sitting here like, what's happening?
How easy you can be to get along with? I wanted you to understand that. I wanted you to see that things could have ended differently if you just listened to us and went away. Instead, you
So this voice actor is the same voice actor that played Scylla in Far Cry Primal. She was also Dr. Sarah Perkins in Far Cry 5, the one that gives you the mission called Dinner Time with the Wolves.
Spend all night wiping those.
And she's also Lita in Far Cry 6. If you're a Far Cry 6 enjoyer like Binslu, you'll know who Lita is. But Mickey is Lita.
before you showed up.
I remember the names because Lou is not blue. Lou is not blue, and Mickey's the other one.
Fancy people trying to make this place into something that is
Hey, Reject L1C4, thank you for the follow.
good idea to stir up the pot.
And Olive XM, thank you for the follow.
Hope for your future? There's no hope for you. No future. Idiot.
Copping a feel. So what we have next is Inside Job, where we go inside the jail and well, we do a little favor for Irwin, our fight pit buddy.
Louise, I need you
Rush enjoyers are in shambles.
Yeah, he is not alive anymore.
all shaken up by the law. Get in touch with that little fucker, Irwin.
One of the twins call me little fucker. Okay, here we grab the helicopter again. And we're going to fast travel to the Derby location. Because we marked that with the binoculars right before that last mission. So now what I can do is get a bunch of height. And, go this way. So I'm going to get as much height as I can as I fly towards this direction. And then we're going to mark some spots while we wingsuit. Kind of getting okay, that should be enough height. We're going to dip down, scoop up. And there's this location right below me that I'm going to mark. I'll probably mark it by just looking at it, but we're going to use the parachute. Binoculars. Okay, there it is. We still got enough height to make it. So we're going towards not this spot down here, but this spot right above it.
There, Irwin is waiting for us.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the right a bit because cliff is not. Yes, there's a cool trick here where I'm going to smuggle the bat into the prison. By throwing it down on the ground.
You want to get close enough? Long story short, stash you there, get in the truck. I'm gonna sneak you into the prison.
There we go. I got it. Now I'm holding shift right now. I'm holding sprint right now. And what that does, now I can let go. But when you hold shift during that black screen or while you're changing your clothes there, it maintains your sprint speed for when you get into the jail. So once you're in the jail, you can actually run fast and slide, and it saves a bit of time because it's another one of those forced slow walks.
It's always a mystery how we smuggled it back into the prison.
Yeah, so you'll see that I do have the bat with me. Just can't see it right now. And neither can the guards. But you'll be the one to guess where I'm hiding it.
I'll let you work out the details.
Hey, little fucker. Imagine that, little fucker in his garbage truck. Hope you got something good in the truck bed there, little fucker.
See, everyone picks on Irwin.
Hey, nice to see you too. Jeez. I got a prisoner with me. What do you think?
Don't feel bad, Irwin. They're mean to everybody.
Bring him in.
Irwin wants us to kill someone inside the prison. And that also helps us because then in the riding derby, someone is not available. So there's a spot available. And we'll take it.
Yeah, so Frank, apparently there's some girls that are interested in Frank that Irwin likes, and Irwin's jealous of Frank, so he's like, hey, it's perfect. You kill Frank. You can slide here and save a bit of time. That's the sprint speed thing I talked about. But yeah, anyway, yeah, if I kill Frank, then there'll be a spot in the derby for me. So it's a win-win for everybody. Except for Frank. I purposely don't look at her so that she couldn't have possibly seen my face. But she still calls me bad names.
Very mean.
Yes. Very hurtful. There's a cool little trick you can do here that doesn't mean anything, but you can do it. And that enemy, that guard just spawned, and this guy has no idea that I'm not supposed to be there.
Some more peak Ubisoft gameplay. We press E to craft bullets. And that's it.
Imagine them coming up with the idea for this. You know, a bunch of adults got around and had a meeting about this. Like, yeah, what do you think about the player will just press E and craft bullets, and they'll just stand there for like 2 or 3 minutes. Does that sound good? Ah, another brilliant one, Bob. Good job, buddy. Okay, so once she walks out, you can either just craft 2 more bullets and the timing will be right, or just, you know, wait a few seconds. We hear the bell. We did it right. I'm gonna try to push these guys off their stations. Maybe it'll be a little faster. Get over there. Go. You're going the wrong way. This way. Ah, it's probably faster, wasn't it? Or maybe just because I was doing something, it's faster. So with that sprint thing that I talked about, you can actually soft lock the game by sliding out of that door before it closes. Okay, here comes the bat. Where did it look like it pulled from? Not where you thought.
We do a jump here to kill Frank.
That was Frank.
I think you're supposed to like sneak around this whole prison, grab weapons or something. Yeah, it's much faster.
Yeah, there's a whole process. You're supposed to like, you basically find a shank, and then you find the guard that has the key, and then you kill the guard that has the key, you steal the key, then you gotta sneak out without being spotted, or like everyone tries to kill you. Well, we just use Wrath, double jump, and we're out of there. Okay.
I cannot overstate how much I wanted. Whoa!
More highly necessary. Oh shoot! I waited. Oh no, we're good. I thought I didn't wait long enough. Okay, now for something really awesome. I was just floored whenever I first discovered this. You could actually get this attack helicopter with guns and rockets, and found a way to get it into the derby. So you need a hot wire perk for this, otherwise it doesn't work. So
before you fast travel, you need to wait for the helicopter to turn on, otherwise you won't keep it.
Yep. Sounds like you learned that the hard way, like me.
Yeah. Yeah,
usually you can just get in the helicopters. Okay, I'm parking it like this so that when I get in it, I'm not getting shredded by this tractor. Kind of shields me from taking damage from the tractor. But yeah, that's the setup. So you put the helicopter there, and then once you enter the derby, you can actually hit one of the competitors with your car. And instead of waiting for the derby to start, it'll start immediately, and you can jump out and get in your helicopter and just start blasting everybody. Ubisoft all-time hits, unskippable cutscenes, auto-scrollers, psychedelic stuff, unreasonable violence. unreasonably sluggish melee weapons. Did you mention that one?
Far Cry 5, we do like charging melee to walk around faster, but in Far Cry New Dawn you can sprint while using a melee weapon, so it took out.
Yeah, Bob came up with that idea too.
Yeah, Bob was employee of the month at Ubisoft, so.
Like, oh yeah, so you're telling me instead of running with the melee weapon, they can walk only? That's amazing, Bob. Good job, buddy. Bob-soft. We're gonna call it Bob-soft now.
We hit the car there. Normally you hit it before the derby starts, but if you hit an enemy immediately, then the mission immediately starts. And we want to get into the helicopter as quickly as possible, because there are a lot of cars that want to ram us there. And yeah, once we're on the ground we're not safe, but in the helicopter we are. And now
oh, yeah. Here's a helicopter, we want to destroy him too.
The mission becomes really easy once you're in this helicopter.
And I think there's, whoa, where's this guy going? See, that's what happens. Sometimes they go over there and then they get stuck. So there's no reason to rush too much on this because the enemies have some kind of timer they're on. Wait, look at this guy. What is that over there? Really hope it's not an enemy because that's going to be really slow. Oh, I suck. Okay. Yeah, so like I was saying, some of the enemies seem to be on a timer because I have grinded out this mission over and over trying to make it faster, and sometimes you get like this miraculous 1 or 2 minute derby where just something happens. Well, I don't know what happens, but it just completes right away. But it's probably just some glitch that happens randomly. But the best thing we do for now is just wait for everything to spawn, and when it spawns, we blow it up. I'm just checking around for enemies that get stuck anywhere. Because, oh, yep, there you go. See? The enemy's stuck. I can't see anything. Supposed to be over here somewhere. There we go. Okay. Okay, there's some enemy left. Where's he at? Where is he? Idiots. Okay. I was really slow because of the enemies were in weird spots. Alright, I'm not gonna park in there. Oh god, don't kill me.
The helicopter blades can kill you very quickly. You get out of the helicopter and immediately double jump.
Okay, so there I just stashed my weapons, but I'd thrown my bat down so I could still pick it up after I stashed the weapons. That way I don't have to go in and get it from the workbench later. Wait, is the judge supposed to be there? Don't remember him ever being here.
I don't know how he snuck in, but is he supposed to be like a guarded place?
Okay, so we killed them. Now we can just run out this way. All we have to do is leave the derby now. It's gonna wingsuit away. And all that's left is to kill the twins and to kill Ethan, and then the game's over. So this little The gas station here is called Lorna's in Far Cry 5, and it's one of the outposts. But now it's just this rundown location because, you know, I gotta think 17 years have passed. And what it looks like now. Yeah, okay. So this is the twin fights. Let's see if I have any more perks I can get real quick. Oh, okay.
We've got reports twins have hit New Eden. Some traitor let them in the gates. This is it, Cap. It's time to finish the twins once and for all.
What's interesting about this boss fight is we're going to use melee with the RAF because it deals a lot of damage, like we saw before. But in older versions, the Optimism shovel, the blue shovel that we use, that was really OP. So it used to do like 5,000 damage or something per shot.
Oh yeah, it was ridiculous.
But unfortunately it got patched. Or it got nerfed. But yeah, so now we just use the tier 3 weapon, which still does a lot of damage. A lot more reasonable. If
Okay,
you
so
actually hit the enemies from behind, it deals even more damage. The Chief reloads here to despawn the enemies and get REF back.
This is Far Cry New Dawn. I try to distract her so I can get a back shot, but it's really hard to get around them because they just keep turning towards you. Plus, the melee is really awkward because they, for some reason, thought it was a good idea to make you walk slow as hell, or crawl, while using melee. Okay. Try to switch to my gun there. Want to start jumping back here? And doing that gives you this mission a bit faster. Probably not gonna. Okay, cool. All right. So now we have the Ethan fight. Ethan has become this huge, crazy monster. I'm gonna try this trick jump that I've been doing recently.
This is a pretty difficult jump.
Okay, got it. Save some time because you don't have to run all the way around. Okay, I have to be patient and wait for the right timing, and we can kill him within 30 seconds or less.
This is the last bit of gameplay. Oh no, yeah, after this is a small bit of gameplay still.
Okay, that's one phase.
So the RAF in combination with the throwing knives is really good because you can hit them in its orange spots and it deals a lot of damage.
Okay, there's second phase. There's no sense in trying to go really fast on this because you can only do so much damage. Okay, he's gonna... Okay, he's dead. Alright, it was perfect Ethan fight. Alright, that's pretty much the game. We just get to hang out with our buddy Joseph for a while. And then we have to run to Russia's grave. And yeah, you've just witnessed Far Cry New Dawn in an hour and 40 minutes. That's without loads.
I thought I understood God's plan.
It's about three minutes or less to the end
I
at
thought
this
He
point.
wanted me to build a new Eden.
Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for being here. Thank you, Mariah, for helping commentate.
Yeah, no problem.
Mariah is also a very talented speedrunner.
His shepherd.
And he has the world record in the Far Cry 5 Dead Living Zombies. Totally crushed my time. You have several in New Dawn as well. What else do you have in 5? I have
I have
some
all the level
co-op.
world records in DLC and Dead Living Zombies. Uh,
Yeah.
And I have only spread suffering
that's pretty much it.
in the name of God.
Yeah, so check him out. He's got some really great speed runs.
My family.
And of course, also check out Chief. He has even more world records in even more games.
Eden is dust.
Thanks, Benslu, Quix, Karudo, Bogdan, Crestfallen. This just isn't Irwin's day, apparently.
Justice of God's hand.
Irwin was floored. Totally floored.
End this vicious cycle.
Should I kill him?
Give me God's justice.
Should I release him?
Release me.
It's a
Wait,
speed
let's go
run.
check. Yeah. It takes a long time to keep him alive.
And now it's just a mad dash to get to the... Rush's grave. So we're about 3.5 minutes off world record, so not too bad. I haven't been grinding this much. I've just done a few runs here recently. Like 2 runs, 3 runs maybe.
So this
And
would be
that's
like
time.
third place.
That's time. Yeah, this might be about 3rd place. Like
What's
a bin,
the-
it's like a bin slew level run here.
Yeah.
Look at what we've built together.
All right, guys, thank you for watching. That was Far Cry New Dawn, and that was the any percent that allows DLC weapons and rewards.
But we'll manage, right?
So stay tuned for the next runner. Appreciate you guys. Have a great one. Okay.